At least you're that honest always.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Crypsters around the globe. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. My name is Debbie Cassidy, and I'm Head of Global Operations at Crypster. Today I'll be joined by our CEO, Volker Wainig, and we'll be talking to you all about Bitcoin and why it's an asset you really should be considering. Well, Q1 this year, we've seen CoinMarketCap has reported huge growth in 9 countries. In particular, this is led by Nigeria, but followed by Australia. So many Australians on the call tonight. There's been a 46% increase in youth users between 18 and 24. But another demographic that's seen huge, substantial growth is the ladies. Yep, 46% increase in women using crypto. And more specifically, a 50% growth in Greece and Romanian women adopting crypto. Also, CoinMarketCap reported a huge increase in people over 65 getting involved in Bitcoin. So it seems as wider adoption becomes more commonplace across all genders and age groups, is now the time to be thinking about Bitcoin and adding that asset to your portfolio. So here at Crypster, we believe if you do hold Bitcoin, we provide the safest place for you to stack and grow it. Today, Volker will be telling you more about Bitcoin, the banks, and why now's the time to consider who owns your money.
Absolutely. Thank you, Debbie. Amazing, stunning numbers. So cryptocurrency is on the move forward. There is no doubt about it. Digital transformation is at the present and not in the future. So it's really good that we have started a Bitcoin-based trading platform on January 3rd of 2019 already. For the ones of you that don't know what Bitcoin is money. It's just a digital form of decentralized money that was meant to have a peer-to-peer transaction capability from individuals around the globe. So you can exchange it, you can store it, you can make payments with it. Everything that a normal currency have, also cryptocurrencies have, in this case, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is by far the oldest, most popular, most known, most dominant cryptocurrency out there. In the last 10 years, it has doubled its value compared to fiat currencies every single year. Why? Because it's much more fiat money, as we have heard in the socializing start of our call. So it's much faster to transact cryptocurrencies from one place to another place with a much lower fee structure. It's absolutely transparent, borderless, and portable. The transparency part is taken over by the blockchain. Every single transaction that has been done historically to be seen on the blockchain itself. So it's absolutely a stunning phenomenon that Satoshi Nakamoto has created. And Satoshi Nakamoto is not a person, it's a pseudonym, maybe it's a group of people we don't know, but in 2008, right when the world financial crisis has been seen on the globe with the going down of the Lehman Brothers, this first blockchain/named cryptocurrency was introduced to the world, and it's a phenomenon still since then. So that the question that a lot of people have, can I spend it? Simple answer, yes. It's money, you can spend it. It's your money compared to the bank's money or the money that you have in your banks. We'll come to this point a little later. So you can spend it at any given day without asking and answering crazy questions. The price, although fluctuates like with every other asset, like with your land, like with your property, like with your gold, like with your shares, it's an asset class. So of course the price does fluctuate. And of course you do not have to buy a full Bitcoin. There's smaller versions of Bitcoin that you can purchase or swap. And the smaller versions of a Bitcoin are called Satoshis, named on its founder on a pseudonym. So Satoshis are an equivalent to cents. And a $100 bill is, or $500 bill, that doesn't exist, or $100 bill is like a Bitcoin, and the cents are called Satoshis. Now we have been talking, before we started with the official presentation, why is Bitcoin classified as digital gold? Why do so many people around the globe now embrace it? Older people, people in not that super purchasing power strong countries like Romania, So why is it classified and classed as digital gold? Well, it has so many similarities. We don't know who invented gold, and still it's existing for 5,000-6,000 years. There's a limited supply. We don't know the exact limited supply of gold, but in Bitcoin, it's 21 million Bitcoin that ever will be mined historically until the year 2140. So many similarities, and that's why it's classed as digital gold. If people now like, I still don't get Bitcoin, my question is always, do you get the current financial system having funds in your bank? Because if you would really understand how a banking system works, you wouldn't have money in your bank first place, unless for the things that you have to pay, I don't know, rent, car, but you would not try to save money in the bank. Why? Because banks put so many restrictions when you deposit money into your account, and even harder restrictions when you try to withdraw it from your account. And Bitcoin, on the other side, does not do that, and it can't do that. So you're in 100% control with your crypto assets, Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, name it. There's 3,000 digital currencies out there, but you're not with your bank. And more people get annoyed by this fact that they only have access to their funds, but cannot really take full responsibility with their funds. So it's a restriction about how much can be withdrawn on a daily basis, how much you can send from A to B. Even if you go to a branch and sign and say, I want to buy this, banks will not do this because they think it's their money and not yours. So what are banks doing? Well, banks leverage your money to increase profit, but not for you, but for themselves and their shareholders. And by the way, Crypster does the same, with the difference. We share the profits every single week with our shareholders. So that's the general problem that banks have, the fiat currency system. Money is just printed out of nothing. And we still do have to trust this, otherwise there would be hyperinflation all around the globe. But we don't have hyperinflation yet, but we still have an enormous amount of inflation. So last year's global average inflation was 3.64%. For the ones that don't understand what inflation means, you still have your $100 bill, Australian dollars, British pounds, Swiss francs, euros, whatever, but the spending power gets less and less and decreases year by year by year. You're like, that's not good, but for sure I get a lot of interest if I use financial instruments from banks. Well, the best financial product that we have seen for an annual basis, so the profit for 1 year was 2.5%. It was the best we could find around the globe for a savings product. So 2.5% versus 3.64% decreasing of value of spending power. So that doesn't add up. So if you do the math, you're really burning your money by just keeping it at your banks. A lot of governments, a lot of influencers, a lot of Bilderbergers, a lot of very influential families have tried to fight Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies since the beginning. Why? It's deregulated. They have no control what we, the people, do with our funds, with our money. And they have seen now over the last years, especially with Bitcoin, that they lost the fight because more than 100 million people on the globe have Bitcoin or a fraction of a Bitcoin. And now they're accepting Bitcoin as a currency and start to regulate the issuing parties of Bitcoin. Might be exchanges, might be trading houses. So everyone that is issuing Bitcoin is now fully regulated because it's a financial instrument now, it's a currency. But the Bitcoin holders still have a major advantage because they're in full control about their funds. And I think that together, that information on the first two slides led us people to stop saving for the future, because it makes no sense to put something somewhere else where you have no control and steering power and still lose spending power year after year after year. And that's the reason why we stopped saving, I believe, and just tell, the hell with it, I can spend it right away. I'd rather buy myself whatever for the kids and just really spend the money instead of saving it in a place where it doesn't produce any profits for me. It's the opposite. It's losing value for me. And that's why I think people are now open-minded. They are ready for this digital transformation, and they understand that buying assets always makes sense. And now here to underlie this with facts. Imagine you would have bought 2 assets over the last 7 years for $120 per year, or you would have left your money in the bank and see how it performed there. So the red bar is the US dollar, strongest currency on the planet. The gold bar represents gold, and you can see that between 2013 and 2019, you have received varying amounts of gold for your $120 per annum, because the price fluctuates. And the Bitcoin, the blue bar, it's the same. So you got varying amounts of Bitcoin for your $120 that you always put in mid-July into this asset. You would like, gold is not too bad. Of course, the dollar is the strongest because it's always stable, it's always safe. And Bitcoin, what can Bitcoin do? But let's see now if you swap back into fiat money to see how your assets performed. Well, the $840 that you have swapped into gold, if you would sell your entire gold package now, would be worth $950 US. So already there, well done. You made a profit there of more than 10%. Well done. The US dollar, of course, stays the same from its nominal value, but we did not even take the inflation into this accounting number. So it's the nominal value of 840, probably it's like $650 spending power. So you lost spending power, which is the most significant factor if you have an asset class. And the Bitcoin you have purchased over the last 7 years would now be worth $25,000. In this case, to be precise, $25,880 US. So now you tell me, how many times over the last 7 years you have spent $120 for nonsense, for things that you don't need to survive? And how many of you would go back to 2013 and maybe buy for a little more Bitcoin because it's the best performing asset class? So unfortunately, you cannot change your past. Unfortunately, you cannot change your future, but you always can change your present. So today is always a new day to make decisions. So don't worry. Bitcoin from now in 8 years held in Crypster will increase also. Why? Debs explain why it's going to be this way.
Well, it's been the best performing asset of the past 10 years, and we don't see that changing anytime at all. But with Crypster, we allow you to store your Bitcoin with us, whereby we are the world's easiest crypto trading experience. We charge no fees, no subscription, we have very low risk, and we do all the work and we share the profits with you. So what is Crypster? Well, it's brought to you by Volker, who you've heard before, our CEO in Blue Block Systems. It's a tech company registered in Romania. That's right, no offshore, no countries you've never heard of, no tax-free havens. We are registered in the European Union. It's founded by Volker because he wanted to give everybody the opportunity to participate and benefit in this new and exciting digital age. Like I said at the start of our call, predominantly crypto and Bitcoin was held and hodled by men, but now we see all ages and genders getting involved as widespread adoption becomes more and more acceptable. We do the trading on your behalf, and on average, we produce 0.5 to 0.75 weekly profits for our Crypster members since January 2019. And with that, we charge no fees, no subscriptions, absolutely no hassles whatsoever, just weekly profits. But we do trade live, so not every week is a positive week. Since starting in January 2019, we've returned 3 minus weeks and 1 week where we returned 0%. Our clients, well, this is a part I'm so proud of because we do no online advertising, no events. Our client base has grown purely through word of mouth over 5 continents and 106 countries. We have over 99% member retention since January 2019, and over 60% of those members have doubled or deposited more funds into their Crypster's account, which means in over 106 countries around the globe, we offer security, longevity, and a trusted platform where you can grow your Bitcoin on a weekly basis. So participation, well, right now we're a Bitcoin-based trading platform. That means you put Bitcoin in and you get Bitcoin out. But I'm really excited because from June 1st, we'll be adding XRP to our trading funds. You see, Alice, Peter and Jane have varying amounts of Bitcoin. The minimum amount to participate is 0.01 BTC, which is around $65 US right now. They place it into our marketplace. These assets are then sent to our independent licensed trading houses in Switzerland, Germany and Romania. No algorithms, no bots. And that means Volker and the corporate team have complete control of our low risk strategy. We participate in weekly trade sprints with our experienced traders, and they produce profits which are then sent back every single Friday to the marketplace, whereby you, the Crypster, decides if you'd like to request a withdrawal of profits or indeed your initial fund, or continue into the following week's trade sprints. You are always in complete control of your assets. We believe we have created the most ethical profit share, where every Friday we share the profits with you. Our Crypster Classic members receive 50% of the weekly trading profits. Our Dynamics members up to 75% of the weekly trading profits. And for those of you that like to refer a friend, colleague or family member around the globe, you receive a share of the marketing budget that's set aside from weekly trading profits. And of course, the company needs just a little share so that we can continue to maintain and develop our platform for you. But better than that, because for the past 5 weeks since the start of this pandemic times, Volker and the corporate team decided that that small share that they take, that they wanted to give something back to the members. So for a total of 10 weeks, we've increased the weekly profit share for everyone that has up to 10 BTC in trade with us, so that you receive 60% of the weekly trading profits. Guys, we've had 5 weeks already and it's made a huge difference to everyone's accounts. And for those of you that are referring Crypster to others, well, that's a 20% increase in that referral bonus also. And as always, no fees, no subscriptions, no hassle, just weekly payouts. And let's look at those payouts. Well, since January 2019, we have created 34.34% return for our Crypster Classic members, and even higher for our Dynamics members. But how do you get started? Well, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You ask for a referral link from the person who brought you on this call today. You open your account for free, agree to the terms and conditions, and confirm your email address. And before you even consider depositing anything in our platform, please take the time to read our terms and conditions, look at the videos, and visualize all the profits we've returned every single week since January 2019. And then you're good to go. If you've got Bitcoin, awesome. Send a minimum of 0.1% to your Crypster wallet, or as much as you feel comfortable with. You don't have Bitcoin, you can easily open an exchange account and get some. Now guys, a couple of years ago, this was really difficult, but right now it's super easy. If you join us on our social channels, go into the media section on our Telegram group, and there's videos and PDFs there that show you how easy it is to open an account. Or if you've opened an account on your Crypster wallet and your Crypster platform, in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little blue button. Just press on that, add open an exchange account, and we'll send you a video and show you exactly how to do it. Like I said, we try to make this platform as user-friendly as possible and make your experience lots of fun. Once you transfer Bitcoin from your Bitcoin wallet to your Crypster wallet and marketplace, you're good to go for next week's trade sprints. But like so many people that join our platform and see how well we perform on a regular basis and how secure and trusted the platform is, they like to tell others about it. You can do that by becoming a Crypster affiliate and agreeing to the Crypster affiliate terms and conditions. Share this information with people you'd also think enjoy the benefits, and receive an ongoing reward from the marketing budget that comes from our weekly trading profits. You receive nothing from anything you introduce to the business. You receive absolutely nothing from their profits. You do receive it from the weekly marketing budget that Crypster's put aside to share with you as a thank you for telling others about this business. Now imagine the possibilities. But better than that, and it's great to think that around the globe that so many people are joining, male, female, young, old, and we want to give something back that gives you a better future. And we started the Crypster Legacy Stacking Plan. If you were to, for example, place 0.1 BTC into your Crypster account monthly, You will deposit less than 1 Bitcoin in 8 years. If you were to leave it compounding for those 8 years, you would have 3.258 Bitcoin. You could actually pay yourself an income of 0.5 BTC for life from the profits that Crypster generates. But my God, for the rest of your life, that's absolutely amazing. Who knows what 0.5 will be in 8, 10, 20, 30 years. But wait a minute, not just your life. As long as Crypster continues to produce profits, this is something you could pass to your children, your grandchildren, or even your great-great-grandchildren. Alternatively, if you were to make a one-time deposit of 1 BTC, leave it compounding for 8 years, and Crypster continue to return on average 0.5% on a weekly basis, like we did in 2019, January to December, you would have just less than 8 Bitcoin. Now, when I started my Bitcoin journey, I always thought if I could just have 1 Bitcoin. But they say in the future, if you have 0.02 Bitcoin, you will be part of an elite group of people because there only is 21 million Bitcoin. If you deposit 1 Bitcoin, leave it compounding for 8 years, and Crypster managed to maintain this 0.5% average on a weekly basis, you could actually pay yourself an income of 0.1 BTC every month for life from the profits that Crypster generates. Now, all these figures are based on our 2019 average profits. It's no promise or guarantee of what we will do in the future, but just an example, just like the one Volker showed you earlier, of what can be achieved just by saving a little more often. And of course, at Crypster, you're always in control. So you can deposit if and when you have some funds to deposit. You can withdraw if and when you need to withdraw. You're always in control with your Crypster legacy stacking plan. But we believe we have the most ethical referrer friend platform because you earn nothing from the deposits funds that they put in. You earn 0 from their weekly profits. And every week you earn something from the marketing budget that's set aside from the company weekly profits. So as long as your referral has funds in trade, you will continue to earn weekly commissions. And remember that 99% member retention we have? That means as their funds grow, so will yours just for introducing them one time. And Volker is going to explain to you how just telling others about Crypster can not only benefit them, but benefit you.
Absolutely. I mean, we all have experienced this. We have been referring a restaurant, a book, a movie, a hotel, whatever. And the best what we get is from those platforms that we refer is maybe a one-time bonus like on booking.com or from Uber or Netflix, name it. And we thought, well, there has to be something differently. So as Deborah mentioned it, you will get paid weekly as long as the funds from your friends are still with us in trade, but not from their profits, but from our marketing budget. So just assume you want to have more Bitcoin and just have the financial possibility to swap now an equivalent of 0.02 Bitcoin towards Crypster. So that's at the current rate $160 roughly at today's price, maybe 165. And you let that 0.02 Bitcoin compound over the next 8 years. Well, that let alone turns into 0.159 Bitcoin. So just shy of 0.16 Bitcoin. That's already a great result. Now imagine you have 10 friends that you already know or will meet throughout this period of time over the next 8 years. And you just tell them, hey, I'm so happy, I'm stacking Satoshis. Every single week I get my profits and Bitcoin is really cool. They pay out on time and everything is fine. And they're like, I give it a shot as well. And they deposit 0.02 Bitcoin. Well, the commissions, the refer a friend commission that you receive throughout this 8 period of time is 0.21 Bitcoin. So your profit as a client and your profit as a referrer together is now 0.36 Bitcoin. So just shy of 0.37 Bitcoin. Just to give you one number, Bitcoin had its all-time high in US dollars in January 2018, where one Bitcoin had a value of 20,000 US dollars. So 0.37 Bitcoin compared to the all-time high is what? Close to 7,000 US dollars that you would have accrued for a one-time deposit of 160 US dollars today if we continuously make profits of 0.5% on a weekly basis. And you can do the math. You can refer 10 people a day, a week, a month, a year. It's up to you. We have affiliates that refer 100 people in the last year, or 150 people, because they won't stop talking about their experience with Crypster. And for them, it's like, just imagine some of the friends will deposit more than 0.02 Bitcoin. What if some of the friends that they have referred will also refer people into Crypster, so they can benefit themselves with weekly profits that we are producing? Well, that takes you one step further to, or closer to your financial freedom, whatever that means to you. I don't know you personally, but your early retirement, your nest egg, your legacy, your pension, your retirement plans maybe get sooner to be reached with our trading platform. And then the financial freedom and the freedom of choice that I always proclaim is the most important one will be yours. And that's why the more people you refer, the more profits we create together, the faster you can maybe retire. Because I will show you something now by sharing my screen with you, because it's still very fresh what Deborah said, that the legacy stacking plan. You remember when she said, imagine you could save 0.01 Bitcoin on a monthly basis for 96 months, so for 8 years. Well, I share the account now with you that I have funded in January of last year with 0.92 Bitcoin. So that was my funding into this account. Meanwhile, it's more than 2 Bitcoin that have been because of the referral commission, the 0.6 Bitcoin here, because of the profits I made as a client. So out of 0.92 Bitcoin, I have made 2.02 Bitcoin. So that amount is in this week's trade sprint. And if you want to see on one glance how much Bitcoin have been produced for myself as a client and as a referrer, we have this button, and it states last week's profits, trading and commission together. And it was just shy of 0.02 Bitcoin. So because 0.018 Bitcoin, last week's profit as a client and as a friend member. And that's something that is much faster than what Debbie said with 0.01 Bitcoin on a monthly basis. I almost have double the amount on a weekly basis already. So I'm much faster with my legacy plan. But still, you can withdraw every single week the profits. You simply click here on request transfer. I'll do this live. You can see here I have available funds 2.02. I say I want to have 0.1. You can see it now here. Transfer to wallet, request transfer. And look what happens now on the dashboard. So it states here now that Volker said he wants to have 0.1 Bitcoin out of his current trade sprint. So the wallet gets informed, hey, wallet holder Volker, here 0.1 Bitcoin will be transferred when? In the next 4 days. And here we let the system know, hey, this client wants to deduct or withdraw 0.1. If you have made a mistake, don't worry, you click on this button again, like I do now. You say, I made a mistake. I take this minus, so I have here 0.000 again, request transfer, go back to the overview, and you see that everything is in peace again. So you can change this as many times as you want. You can transfer into the marketplace. So the next trade sprint starts Saturday. So you have 5 days of time. And here you can see every single action that you take. If you click on this ongoing trade sprint, you see now, if I change the date here, what has happened to this account since December 1st of last year until last Friday. And you see then week by week by week. So I'll start with the first one because I put in December 1st. So you see here, December 6th, I received as a client trading profits into my marketplace, but I also received commission because I referred people. So, and you can go week by week by week. Here it's around Christmas. Here is the beginning of the new year. So every single week I receive my clients' profits and also the commission from the Refer a Friend program that we have initialized. If you want to have it on one glance, I have made 0.37 Bitcoin profit since December 1st with that account. And this will grow and grow and grow, although there is no guarantee that we are performing in a positive way every single week, but there's a high chance because we have a very low risk strategy. And that will show you now also where you can find us on social media channels for your social proof, because I know it's tremendously important for a lot of people because we're talking about money. So please, Debs, take it away. You're muted, Debs. You're muted.
Thanks, guys. So please join us on our community even before you consider joining our platform. Our Facebook and Telegram channels are super interactive, and there's always someone there that can offer you any advice you need, or perhaps even just answer questions, because there's no stupid questions, because we're here to educate about the full crypto space as well as Crypster. We're on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. In fact, you can check out our YouTube videos that we record daily and put online. Or you can just join us every single day until you're comfortable to put something into our platform, because we're always here to answer your questions. We have these calls Monday to Friday. We use the same Zoom link every day, and throughout the week we have different members of our Crypster community joining us. We have Pinnacle, our Crypster ambassador. We have Andy and Stephen in Australia, who are Crypster members, just like you on the call today, and they love our platform so much that they want to tell people about it and grow their referral commissions also, which is...
In fact, Debbie, there is the first special training tomorrow that is hosted by Andy, where he explains also the referral program we have in place into depth, and also helps people that say, hey, I'm super excited about Crypster, but maybe I need 1 or 2 lines, or how do I get in touch with people, especially in my family surroundings, because they're skeptical. You know, there's so many haters out there and they don't want me to get rich or have Bitcoin. So how to approach friends or family members or people that you want to have a look at our platform. This is what Andrew will go into depth tomorrow. Maybe Andy can tell them at the times. So I know Mitch is going to be all in for that, because yeah, also like me, some of us are born salespeople. Some of us can speak freely. Some of us don't feel super secure because they're just in our platform for 2, 3, 4 weeks and don't have maybe all the details, so not an answer for all the questions. And that's why they are scared, because they think that if they cannot answer every single question, they will not tell it to others. But we do your job. So just get people on those Zoom calls like now, get them on trainings if they really want to refer it big time, so they understand the magnitude also of referral commissions that are not coming from the customer's profit that you introduce, but from our company profit. So that's something totally different than also from the ethical approach. And I couldn't be more happy, because Andy is a rock star when he explains that, and he's a very trusted, super successful online marketeer for the last 20 years, but he is also an accountant, so he's a numbers person. And he wouldn't refer chit chat if he wouldn't be secure that we are secure since a year that he's with us, or even longer, 15 months. So I could talk.
Andy, I've unmuted you. What time's the call tomorrow?
That's a great question. Let me see what time I advertised it for. I've got a sneaky feeling. Damn it, where's Facebook? I think I put it on for 2 hours before your call. So it'd be 7 p.m. Sydney, 5 p.m. Perth. What time does it make it in the UK? 5 p.m. Perth, be 10 a.m. UK.
And 11 Central Europe. So just before our call, we'll be having Andy's call. We'll put it out. If Andy's going to send me the link, and we'll get it all across all our social channels today. Absolutely. So great opportunity to learn how you can refer Crypster to others. Andy, looking forward to it. And then afterwards, Andy's actually going to be joining me on the call tomorrow also.
Rockstar day tomorrow.
So guys, if you think you're ready to join the world's easiest crypto trading experience with no fees, no subscriptions, low risk, please reach out to the person who told you about us today. But better than that, I'm going to stop share, because now's the part. If you have any questions whatsoever, especially if this is the first time you've joined us, please feel free to just give me a wave and I'll unmute you. And
Ellen is...
Hi, Dan. I'm trying to unmute it. Volker and I are unmuting at the same time.
No, I didn't.
No.
Hands on. Swear.
Let me try it over here. Let me just do it over here, Dan. Yeah, you're unmuted, Dan. You're good to go.
Hi, sir.
Hey, guys. Second time here.
Where is he now?
First time was invited by Chris Walker. I just wanted to say, Volker, for you personally, I talked about you this week to a few of my friends and talked about a person who is someone who's convicted in their product.
Yes.
Not necessarily someone who is selling their product, but someone who's convicted in their product.
Mm-hmm.
And that came across very clear and loud to me. I'm one that believes in something that I commit to, that I will always give my heart and soul to. And for you to be committed to this and doing this every night and doing what you do tells me that you are a man of credibility and a man that's there for all who are trying to not get rich quick, but just secure their lives.
Wow.
So for that, I thank you.
Speechless.
Thank you all. And more so to Chris Walker for inviting me into this community, because I call this a community of pioneers.
Oh,
and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here and learn and understand what it is that we do. I've been in, I guess, I've been intrigued by cryptocurrency for a long time, ever since I can remember, in the last 5-10 years. You've made it so simple for me. You've made it easy for me to understand, and you've given me an opportunity to invest in something that is going to strengthen, I guess, my future with minimal risk, and you wear all the cost.
Then, can you please tell everyone, because whilst been recording, that I haven't paid you for this testimonial statement. Otherwise, it's getting, I mean, speechless. Unbelievable that you see this way, that you feel it this way. Confucius said once that if you love what you do, you don't have to work a single day in your life. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And massive and maximum appreciations for your words. Speechless. Thank you that you consider us to be real user-friendly platform, and that we have we have the right values, like every single human being should have. But maybe we display it also in our service, in our platform, and in our product. Like so many others have good ethical standards, but don't display it in their product. And thank you big time for this unbelievable statement. And that pushes me now. It's Monday. You just said it in time, because now I can full throttle it for the rest of the week, because as Deborah has sent out, and Deborah, I have to say this also, called me yesterday and she said, man, Volker, I have to ask you something. Pin was calling me on Thursday after the call. You look tired. What's wrong with you, young man? And I told her, Debs, the things that we're currently doing in Romania also to acquire the fully fledged asset management license. Boy, oh boy, I mean, I didn't know that's a mini banking license, and they know more than my wife and my kids will ever know about me. And it's just so time absorbing. And I love those daily calls. And she said, Volker, like she's, you know, if I'm the big brother, then Debs is the big sister. So she's always trying to protect me, which is good. And also Andy, massive appreciation for helping us to host those calls. But it's really a lot. And I just want to strive forward for us to get not only one piece which is the trading platform, but maybe a full ecosystem. And next door was a gentleman that owns an exchange, and he showed it to me. And I know this gentleman now for 10 years. And he said, Volker, hands down, what you have achieved with your team here, it's unbelievable, because you were able to give people trust in a space where they expected to get scammed every single bloody day. And it took
Volker,
you.
can I interrupt for one moment?
Yes.
The fact that you said we in your conversation tells me you're a man of substance, because it's not about me, it's about we. And I enjoy that. I really do respect that. And I'm committed to this cause. I'm committed to this journey 100%. And Chris Walker, if you're listening and watching, thank you very much for introducing me to this. I am a Crypster, and I will always be a Crypster, and I'm ready to sign up with you, Chris. So thank you, Volker. Your conviction and your just everything you're saying. Deborah, your support, everything that you've done to Volker or Volker, sorry, forgive my pronunciation, but I'm committed, guys. I'm really on board here, and I want to do.
But it's
you
sure
guys proud and me proud.
Dan, it's not a hoax. You just don't try to make me cry in front of everyone. I don't.
I'm fighting tears here. Like, I'm like,
Guys, I mean,
do you know what? It just means we're doing something right, Dan. Honest, I've got goosebumps. Thank you so much. And Chris, what a gentleman you've just introduced to the platform. Thank you so much. And it just means that our humility and everything that Volker puts in, and it's just amazing, because there's nothing better than earning money or earning money for our family. And guys,
and no one else putting their hands in your pocket other than you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just,
I can tell you now, I live in Australia. I've been recently made redundant on the 30th of March. I have no job. I've got a payout, and every bastard is putting their hands into my pocket. And to learn about a platform like this where I can put money in and no one touches it apart from me is a godsend. The government, no one can touch my money apart from you guys. Or no, sorry, apart from me.
that's true. Wow.
So God bless you. God bless you both.
I just sent you a private message, Dan. So just on the Facebook, look for that group and we'll connect with you. And obviously you'll be invited to the training tomorrow.
yeah.
Thank you very much. And your name is, sorry?
Andy.
Andy.
Wow.
I'm
Perhaps
making
we
notes.
just close the call for the rest of the week and just put the testimonial out and just run with it.
Yeah, I think we just run this call for the rest of the week, guys. Amazing, Dan and Chris, as always.
you.
You know, Chris absolutely loves this platform as well, like all of us do. And it just warms my heart to have just everybody. Chris, come on, you've got the floor. Go for it. You're muted. You're unmuted, Chris.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Deborah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, thanks, Dan, for those great words. It's true. There's like Andy has said, there's so many scams out there, and people. There are good people out there. There are good people in the world. There's more good people than bad people, but unfortunately, yeah, we all think that everyone is bad. But, you know, I got introduced to this platform by Andy, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and just the honesty and we're all friends here, crikey, and we're all striving for the same thing. And I'm so happy to introduce this to other people. Dan will tell you we haven't known each other that long. You know, but he accepted my invitation, and well, the rest is history. Wow, this is fantastic. I love it.
Thanks, Chris. Guys, what can I say? It just gives us an immense amount of pride. Volker, what's your thoughts?
It shows that, you know, I think decades ago, people always trusted people in first place, and then were a little sad when they got scammed. Now it's the opposite. You start with minus. You have to earn to get to zero by working relentlessly for a year or so. But once we got at this point, I think there is no limit for a platform. And lots of people always ask me, but there is so much bigger companies or company owners that have so much money. Can they rebuild what we have? Well, they could, maybe from the technical side, but they cannot rebuild a community, because it's like Victor Hugo said, there's nothing stronger than the time for a product that has come. And I think it's for the first time now, it's really our platform now, and the global growth is something we are embraced by so many people with open arms, and we just try to get better and better and better for them. This is just we're the greenkeepers, but you play golf on our golf course, and that's the best without paying any green fees, by the way. So that's I'm coming from sports, and to see that we have the same team chemistry like I had it back in my athlete days when I really was in shape. And always people said when I was 17, Volker, you cannot stop playing soccer and become a basketball player now. And I said, why not? But I worked every single night. I paid the owner of the gym back in the days like 10 euros per night to get into this gym to work. I had no clue how to shoot a ball. I knew how to score a goal, but I had no clue. And after 2 years, I was the captain of the national team also for basketball. And I purely believe that if you create daily habits and if you make it our social responsibility now to be on the bright side, maybe for the first time, because it's a people's currency, it's there for us. So let's embrace it. Let's share our experience with others. Let's give them the chance to be this decision maker for their own lives and not go to a bank and say, oh, thank you, I have $10,000 there, but I'm fine with a $50 withdrawal. Thank you, sir, for storing my money, and thank you for the negative interest that I have to pay, and thank you for vanishing my spending power, and thank you for just treating me like I'm a criminal. If we wake up and really, really take those people currencies, not only Bitcoin, all the other things, and just run with it, it's the first time in human history that the ordinary people will make a difference. The first time, if we're smart now. And this is something that motivates me. And those words, Dan and Chris and Andrew, it's just runs down like hot oil and butter. And also thank you, Ken, for cheering up to me. It's just an amazing thing. And we're relentlessly working now on the XRP trading product. It's going to be nice. We're already in the beta version with 3 trading houses, and the profits that we see there, it's going to be nice because it has such a big room in also in price development. In Bitcoin, I would never say this, but in XRP, they are so underrated and undervalued in fiat money now. It's $19 cents today for 1 XRP. So it's going to be something, a game changer. And then we will become this household community and household branch name that you are responsible for. And we just, Debs and myself and Andy and Pin and Steven, with the greenkeepers. But you are the players, you're the pros, and that's doesn't get better than that. Trust me, guys. Unbelievable.
Okay, guys, I don't think we could actually end on a better note than what we have today. So thank you for taking the time to join us. Remember, we're back tomorrow, same time. I'll put Andy's call out before that then, and also this video, I'll have that in the Telegram group in the next couple of hours. So please feel free to share it with everyone and tell them, you know, learn about what we do, but listen to the people that appreciate what we do also. And, you know, that should be the reason for them to give Crypster a chance and to grow this family and help people across the globe, because generally this is what Volker does it for, and this is what I do it for. It's not about the money. It's how we can make a difference. Thank you, guys. Have an awesome day. Love you.
Yeah, love you big time. Bye-bye.